Well, Governor Tina Kotek is hoping builders will put up more of what she's calling middle housing across Oregon, things like duplexes and apartments. She wants tens of thousands of them every year for the next 10 years. And this week, she signed 5 new bills into law that she hopes will help spur the effort. House Bill 2138 expands zoning for middle housing in more areas, including unincorporated land, and prevents local governments from reducing housing density.
Within existing urban growth boundaries, whether within city limits or in unincorporated areas, we are now going to say this type of housing has to happen. You have existing infrastructure, you're within the growth boundary, so it's not a land use issue. This is about we need more housing zoned like this, that looks like this. These bills today are going to make that happen. And I think what people need to understand is when we have communities that have more housing for everyone, we're all going to be successful. And I think more people across the state are getting that. And we have developers who are ready to go today to build this type of beautiful housing.
House Bill 3031 creates the Housing Infrastructure Project Fund. It provides financial assistance to local governments to create infrastructure around new housing developments, things like roads, water lines, wastewater, and stormwater. But to qualify, those housing developments must be made affordable to low-income households for a certain period of time. And House Bill 2258 is aimed at streamlining the approval process for new housing developments. The Land Conservation and Development Commission will create land use and design standards for middle housing.
The bottom line is we've had some very difficult systems in place for many, many years, lots of red tape. These bills are about saying you can do this more simply, more directly. That's going to help local governments, approve things faster. So this is from the state partnering with the local governments to say you can do this differently and better and faster.
Senate Bill 684 creates a loan fund to provide long-term financing for mixed-income residential housing. And House Bill 3145 sets aside $25 million in state funds to build prefabricated factory-produced housing, like manufactured homes.
What we're doing in Oregon is clearing all the paths that are making it hard right now to build housing that you're going to be able to afford. When we're in communities and we're in existing neighborhoods, we want to build homes that you can afford as a first-time home buyer, that you could live in as a renter because the person who owns it can keep the rent at a lower rate because of the type of home it is. The townhomes, the duplexes, the triplexes. We want more people to own their homes and live in places they can afford. And the bills I've signed today are going to provide more guarantees that we can get there because we're just going to make it easier to build, and that will lower the price.